an interesting love story titled Swept Away. Ethan Hale was 32, wealthy, and alone. A software entrepreneur turned early retiree, he lived in a sprawling estate on the outskirts of Vermont. Despite his fortune, his life was a blend of silence, echoes, and routines. After his parents passed away, the house felt colder, emptier. To keep the house in order, he hired a new live-in housekeeper through an agency. Her name was Lena Moore, quiet, polite, and striking in a subtle, natural way. She had a worn leather satchel and eyes that told stories of survival. She came from a modest background, raised by her grandmother after losing her parents young, and had worked various jobs to make ends meet. At first, Ethan barely noticed her, but slowly, she became the pulse of his home. Lena moved through the mansion like a whisper, tending to dust-laced rooms, humming while she cooked, and organizing cluttered corners. Ethan found himself lingering in rooms where she worked, just to listen to her hum a tune or catch a glimpse of her serene smile. They started with brief exchanges. "How's your day been?" "Fine, thank you, Mr. Hale." But over time, their conversations lengthened. He learned she read poetry before bed, preferred rainy days, and dreamed of studying design someday. One evening, he found her in the library, staring longingly at a shelf of architecture books. "You like those?" he asked. Her cheeks flushed. "I used to sketch buildings, before life got in the way." That night, Ethan couldn't stop thinking about her. Weeks passed, and Ethan noticed a change in himself. He smiled more. He looked forward to mornings. Lena, too, began to open up, her laughter lighter and more frequent. One rainy Sunday, he found her in the garden sketching an old tree. Her lines were delicate, purposeful. He sat beside her and asked, "Why did you give this up?" She hesitated. "Dreams are for people with time and money. I never had either." Ethan surprised her with a gift the next day, a fresh set of sketch pads, pencils, and a book on modern architecture. She teared up, not at the gift, but at the thoughtfulness. "I see your talent, Lena. You shouldn't hide it," he said. That evening, something shifted between them, unspoken, but felt deeply. A month later, Lena invited Ethan to her tiny room to show him something. On her wall were dozens of new sketches, designs for homes, bridges, gardens. "They're beautiful," he whispered, genuinely moved. She looked at him, unsure. "No one's ever said that to me before." He took her hand, and for the first time, neither of them pulled away. "I don't care about the rules, Lena," he said softly. "I care about you." They kissed, tentatively, then fully, with all the emotion that had built between them. But joy was followed by fear. "This can't work," she whispered. "I'm your housekeeper." "You're so much more than that to me," Ethan replied. Ethan insisted Lena quit her position as housekeeper, giving her space to pursue her dreams without the power imbalance. At first, she refused, afraid of losing her independence. But Ethan reassured her he didn't want to rescue her. He wanted to walk beside her. He enrolled her in an online architecture program and gave her one of the estate's unused cottages to make her own. Whispers started in town, and Ethan's business partners warned him about appearances. But he didn't care. For the first time in his life, his heart led him. Lena flourished. Her designs were published online, catching the eye of an international firm. She began working remotely as a junior designer, gaining respect on her own merit. Love had sparked her confidence, but it was her strength that carried her forward. On the anniversary of her arrival, Ethan took Lena to the same old tree she had once sketched. A swing now hung from one branch, and lights twinkled among the leaves. He knelt, heart racing. "You changed my life, Lena. Let me spend the rest of mine trying to make yours even more beautiful." Tears streamed down her face. "You gave me back my dream. I want nothing more than to share it with you." She said yes. They kissed under the stars as rain began to fall, just the way she always liked it. The wedding was small, family, close friends, and the tree. Lena wore a dress she designed herself. Ethan cried when he saw her, They turned the mansion into a shared home filled with warmth, art, and life. Lena became a celebrated architect known for designing homes that felt like stories, soft corners, open spaces, heart in every line. Together, they traveled the world, hand in hand, designing orphanages, libraries, and art schools in underprivileged areas. She had once cleaned his house. Now she built homes, and in each one, a little piece of their love lived on. Let me know if you'd like a spin-off, visual story art, or a version written in Lena's voice.